And if we ask the stars what they mean, what would they say back to us? Welcome! You want to go on a card journey today? Give me some of your time, and I'll give you some of your story. Well, let's see what the cards say.
Hey there, Aquarius. Welcome to Koi Plays Tarot. My name is Koi, and I'm going to be your tarot card reader for today. What we're looking at with this round of reads is your first and last for the month of October. Yes, we are there. So, first and last is a style of reading that I do where the aces are on the top, the tens are on the bottom. What is first and last, i.e. was coming out of last month, going into this month, we have the aces, which represent, the new ideas, new vested interests, new emotional beginnings, things like that, or renewal. Although it's cycled in and out, it is still a form of newness. And the tens on the bottom representing, culminations, endings, conclusions, things of that nature. So as a preamble to my reads, take what resonates, leave what doesn't, but don't always be so willing to reverse. Because at times I know the read can get difficult. I'm not going to always guarantee there's going to be super happy fun times and roses, right? We have to deal with everything, but that's why I'm your tarot card reader. I'll never purposely try to mislead you, right, Aquarius? So follow along in your read today, and let's see what the cards say. So starting over here with the Ace of Cups for your first and last of the month of October, show Aquarius the cards I need to see, please, for their first and last. Looking now towards their Ace of Cups. Dang. Well, sometimes it just plays out like that. Okay. And can I have one more? One more you just want to pop out there? I guess I gotta do the shuffling. Okay. So let's go to we need to see, please, upon that Ace of Cups for Aquarius in their reading. I didn't even pull the first card yet. It just said, here, take it. What of the Ace of Cups for Aquarius in their read? Okay. A level of hesitation and nervousness. Let's talk about it. So what flew out earlier was a Knight of Cups and a Three of Pentacles. What I just drew was an Eight of Swords. Let's put that together. Knight of Cups, the desire to show emotional trueness, the form of being very vulnerable of the self towards basically a relational dynamic, Aquarius. Here, the Three of Pentacles, the notion that, yes, this is indeed intangibly workable, and the Eight of Swords, the notion of powerlessness or the choices that we feel like we don't have actually leads us to the conclusions that we do. Putting all that together, you were nervous whether or not something. I'm seeing this more at least as a compatibility friendship dynamic first and foremost, more than a love relationship dynamic. But you were very much worried. Could we at least be friends? Right. That's the baseline of how you're trying to assess whatever situation this is, Aquarius. Are we cool like that? Can we at least be friends? I'm throwing that Hail Mary right now of, can we make this work? Because right now I'm not entirely sure, but the best I can do is what I'm showing you. Do you want that with me? So, okay, cool. We understand, hey, I'm a bit nervous, I just want to know, can we make this work out? Got it. We'll make that, we'll stick with that for now. That's your emotional fulfillment. Going to your Ace of Pentacles. Show Aquarius the cards I need to see, please, upon the Ace of Pentacles. What about tangible new opportunities? Nope, didn't hit the table. Can I take? Oh, I thought that was my AC for a second. No, it was just an airplane flying overhead. So those cards that we need to see, please, upon the Ace of Pentacles here. What about the Ace of Pentacles here in this read? Nope. Okay. Breaks one more time. I'm going to say what's on my mind. I don't want to go there just yet, but if it comes out, I'll just say it. Show us the cards that we need to see, please, for Aquarius upon their read. Okay, let's talk about it. Aquarius, you are at the table, and I want to be as true and honest as possible. Is friendship all that you want from this dynamic? I really want us to question if friendship is the only thing that we have going into this, right? I understand that you're nervous. I understand we were saying, hey, I don't know if there's anything else we could do, but, I'm going to try. That's very blunt and obvious here. I get it. You're trying to be vulnerable. Being vulnerable and being truthful to its entirety of what you're aiming to get, you're going to get out what you put in. So my question becomes, okay, we're saying that we're powerless, but we're doing things that spark a dynamic of the powerful, right? That's why you want to emotionally invest yourself into whatever compatible dynamic this is. Is friendship, the idea of, hey, I'll text you around the weekend, is that really all that you want? Just saying. So, show us the cards that we need to see, please. Upon the Ace of Pentacles for Aquarius in their read. Okay. Yep. Okay. To the Ace of Pentacles, Queen of Wands. The desire to embrace whatever new opportunity this presents. The Two of Swords. The notion of confusion, what is right here. And the Five of Cups. Okay. So, yeah, I'm glad we got that question out the way. Let's talk about it. The confusion that's being stirred up right now, you're afraid of being hurt, right? Whatever past dynamic, because I feel that there's a time element built into whatever dynamic relationship this is, Aquarius, is that we aren't saying that we're afraid, but we're doing all the tangible actions to almost prove that we're not, right? But if that's the space that we're operating from, it's still the space that we're operating from, right? The Queen of Wands' desire to invest into whatever new opportunity that is your genuine space, right? You're coming at this from the most enthusiastic, the most, okay, let's try to make everything work out. But you're trying to basically fast track a good, tangible working dynamic while addressing the pain that you still have within, right? And that's why I'm saying there's purpose behind why we're saying this is a workable dynamic, but it's like you're trying to, what do they call it in like computer science? You're trying to like manually override your own emotions, whereas your emotions was the purpose of why you did it in the first place. Those things are not compatible, right? So whatever new opportunity this is, yes, you want to invest into it, but you also have to understand what's happening within yourself. And right now, with the emotional fulfillment, yes, you want that. Yes, you want to say, okay, this definitely can work out. You also have to be kind to yourself and say, but this is what I'm going through right now. And I can't ignore that just to say, okay, we're cool, we're good. Okay. Ace of Wands. Reveal the Ace of Wands for Aquarius upon their read today. What of this Ace of Wands? Okay, to the Ace of Wands, what is empowering us? Ace of Wands again, okay? Why are we just pushing through? Ace of Cups, pointing back to our emotional fulfillment. Wheel of Fortune. So you were waiting for this to happen, got it. And so, again, everything's tied back here, but there's a reason that's pointing back, right? The Ace of Wands points it to itself, right? The Ace of Wands upon the Ace of Wands, okay, win, lose, or draw, I'm going to do this. Now, the Ace of Cups, the notion of emotional fulfillment, I'm going to tie it back here because, again, there's a lot that goes into that, right? The notion of the emotional new. Here, I'm finally brave enough to say this is what I want with this situation. Now, is it coming out maybe entirely of what we envision it to be? We'll see. But you've never been in a space more ready to say, can this work out? And I know this because of the Wheel of Fortune, right? The Wheel of Fortune in itself represents a time baked in dynamic where the only constant in the universe is change, maybe, just maybe, after long enough of whatever radio silence it was between me, and I'm guessing another person because I'm not necessarily reading business here, me and whoever this person and what they mean to me, you know what, let's give it a shot. So I'm looking at Aquarius and saying, I'm taking a leap of faith. I don't know if it'll work, but why not? Why not? Can we try for this one more time? Okay, cool. Got it. And so the Ace of Swords, what happens with truth and by extension challenge, the home element of Aquarius and air. Show the cards that we need to see, please. What upon that Ace of Swords is imperative Aquarius and their read? Because that's the emotional vulnerability of not only purpose, but application, right? And I think that's part of what you're truly looking for, even when the nerves are getting better of you. So what of the Ace of Swords here in this reading? So the Ace of Swords, Emperor, the card of Aries. If you're dealing with an Aries, hey, it is what it is, but that's not the entire point here. We're making a decision firmly. We're standing on it. I know I'm afraid. I know you're afraid. But, hey, I'm going to drop the line, and we're going to see where it goes. Next, Ten of Swords. A sharp conclusion now made, an ending must come, right? And let me draw one more before I say this. You got Queen of Swords. Knowledge and affirmation. So I'm making this shot. It's almost like, I forgot if I titled another one of these videos that, but it's our last time to get this right. So I'm going to take the initiative, whatever this is between us, and I'm going to say, hey, I want to work this out. This is where I'm coming from. Do you see this with me or not? If not, that's cool. But also let this be the affirmation that, yeah, we probably shouldn't try for this anymore. Right? The reason it's sparking such fear within you, Aquarius, or at least such pain, is because it's a direct reflection of what you really want. Right? So I commend you for whatever type of outreach that you're doing, because, hey, it took a lot of time for you to make this decision. That's dead obvious. But even more so, you're saying, I need closure here. Either we're going to get it right, or we're going to get it right in the direction of working things out between each other, or we're going to get it right and saying, hey, this is a good place to call it quits. Underneath it all, Page of Cups. The base level happiness, this is what you're trying to operate and remember from, is that, you know what, I'm doing this for a reason. I'm trying to meet you halfway for a reason. What does that now look like to me? I got it. Let's look now to your tens. We now look towards the tens for Aquarius in their read. First, the Ten of Cups of harmony and synchronicity. What are we lining up with for Aquarius in the first and last month of October? What does harmony have in store for us? Because again, I get the purpose, right? I think when we acknowledge our own needs and our own fears, right, that is probably the best place to understand ourselves and reference in the situation. That person's going to make whatever choice they're going to make, but understand when you can firmly say, I'm doing this for X, Y, and Z reason, then boom, you're in the right space to make the fullest and most vested interest that you possibly can in regards to this. Yeah. That Ten of Cups. Chariot, the card of Cancer. What is with that Chariot? Okay, well, so what are we trying to understand about the journey and holding everything? Okay. Five of Pentacles. And what else? Eight of Wands. Yep. I knew it. So I have felt we have both mutually ghosted each other. I get it. Right? The Five of Pentacles, the notion of being left behind. I would have normally read that as solely being you, Aquarius, but there's also the admission of pain up here in your tangible opportunity that you're trying to bring forth, which tells me, okay, two can play that game. Right? If there's anybody who knows how to do some of that stuff, it would probably be an Aquarius, right? The idea of mind over matter. And so we both kind of just floated away from each other. We both ghosted each other. And part of that journey is knowing and understanding that I need to actually directly indicate my intentionality. I need to directly indicate where I stand, what I feel, and I need to actually say that. It isn't just feeling it, because that's probably what caused some of the misery up here, to be totally honest, is that we were feeling things and then keeping it bottled up, and then where did it go but internally, like making us miserable. It's about saying, okay, this is where it's at and this is what we're doing. I needed to learn and understand that me keeping it to myself ain't gonna change how I feel. So what am I gonna do with that? And so the chariot, the ultimate, how do we move the fastest we can, is by understanding that duality, right? We both kind of left each other behind. And what I had to learn in silence was that it wasn't gonna get me anywhere. That is why I was so hesitant to reach out to you, to try to call you, to try to do whatever, is because I thought that, this is how our relational dynamic stood, and it only made me more sad and miserable, right? It wasn't doing me any good. So maybe I'm trying something new here. I'm trying to directly communicate that 801 to reaching out and saying, here's what we can do better. I respect it. I very much respect it, Aquarius. To the Ten of Pentacles, show us cards I'm going to see, please. What of all experiences culminating together? What does Aquarius need to see, please, upon that Ten of Pentacles in this read? To the Ten of Pentacles, ooh, somebody's having fun out there. To the Ten of Pentacles, we see King of Wands. Okay, so all things measured and weighed out. We've been through this process before, or something similar to it. Here's how I can do it right. The Fool. I knew it. I knew I was going to see more newness here. The conclusion I've come to, let's shoot for a new beginning. Let's shoot our shot, right? This is the best I can do. What do you think of that? Page of Cups. Where did you have the page? Right over here. You're underneath. The Page of Cups, if we're coming from the right space, if we genuinely believe that we can fix this together, then let's try. Right? I sense the reluctance. I sense the hesitancy right there, Aquarius, right? Because we're purposely minimizing ourselves, saying that it's going to help us. And at the same exact time, our actions have proven throughout that that's what I'm trying to break. Right? So it's not just the notion of a, quote unquote bad habit. It's a safety mechanism, whatever this dynamic is right now, right? Your safety mechanism is, I'm not going to voice it. I'm not going to, it doesn't bother me at all. No, you're trying to break that habit and say, actually, it does bother me. And maybe, just maybe, tell me what you think about this, right? That's the person that I'm talking to today. Okay. Now, to the Ten of Wands. Reveal the Ten of Wands upon this read. What is the importance of the Ten of Wands, the burdens that we carry intentionally in this read? I guess this is party night. I've never had so many engines and stuff outside before. What of the Ten of Wands located here for your read, Aquarius? Ace of Wands. Remember your fire. Remember your purpose. This is why we're, trying to lift this heavy weight and deal with our own stuff right now, because you want new with this person. Tying that back up here when you pull the Ace of Wands again. Three of Cups, reunion. Yeah. You want, again, where this goes, I'm not entirely sure. That person has their own choices to make, but if you're saying, okay, I'm going through this, we're going to do it, send that text, boom, that's where it's at. The intentionality behind all of this, the reason that you say you want this reunion, you want this thing, and again, I knew there was time baked into this. This is a person that you're trying to make good amends with. You want to see them again. Pure and simple. We don't got to overcomplicate that. Ooh, well, I'll take those. Okay, got it. So, because those fell out, yeah. Actually, we'll put this over here and have this right here. The first card that I pulled was the Tower. And so even with the bad rap that the tower gets of what could or couldn't be, or the notion of the tower just so destructive and disruptive, it's like that for a reason. It is very much intentionally like that for a reason, right? The tower is ultimately in our best interest, even though at the time, most people will say it doesn't feel like it, right? The thing that you're trying to deal with is trying to do this total overhaul and hoping that it actually works out. Right. Now, Ten of Wands, why do I care about this so much? Why is this my intent? Because you want them back in your life. That's very simple. Three of Cups. That Tower, though, is saying, okay, well, what will it actually take now that we've done all this radio silence? Because that didn't get us anywhere. So now what's the next step? And so over here, and I'm having these on the side because I pulled them out on the side. Otherwise, it's going to be like visual clutter down here. We have the Nine of Cups, the Three of Wands, and the Eight of Swords. Eight of Swords now popping out again. Nine of Cups. What is our true wish, our self-fulfillment? Acknowledging that within will spell exactly where we need to go. Three of Wands, the expectation of the horizon. You're actually wanting this. Once we actually affirm that within ourselves, we don't back down from that statement. We're saying, hey, this is where I stand and I'm not wavering on it. I'm dealing with my own stuff here, but how do we make this right? And then that Eight of Swords. The notion of powerlessness. That was drawn out in the beginning of, can this work out? Now we're over here saying, okay, well, maybe it won't. Again, there's that safety mechanism coming out again. Like I was saying earlier, because it didn't get us anywhere over here. And so I know it's popping out and saying, hey, it's easier to say I don't have an option rather than admitting being vulnerable and wanting to try this with you again. Right. It's easier to say that, you know what, maybe this isn't worth it. Maybe I did my best. It still didn't play out. Maybe all that could be simultaneously true. Or maybe, just maybe, on the horizon, when I get past all those, false flags and warnings, and I can sit with myself, I can say, no, I want for the most difficult thing, which is us fixing things between each other. That's where I need to work on. That's why I need to say out loud. Okay. To the Ten of Swords, reveal the Ten of Swords upon this read. Define deeper that Ten of Swords, home element of Aquarius and air for the first and last read in October. And give yourself the time and chance to be vulnerable. That is a strength, even if you may not see it that way. To the Ten of Swords, please reveal. Two of Cups. Okay. Why so? Nine of Pentacles. Okay. And the Seven of Swords. Yeah, okay. I'm about to say, that is not lining up. But hey, at least we got some form of emotional honesty here. And that's why I said, when the cards are breaking in the beginning, I just got this odd feeling like we were more emotionally invested than we wanted to let on. Right. At first, we're starting out saying, hey, can we even be friends? There's a deeper intentionality here. Right. The Two of Cups, that now that gets into more like when my cup runneth over, I can pour into another. Right. Two of Cups with that Nine of Pentacles, that investment of a relationship, the painful conclusion of what I actually want is not necessarily that it's over. It's that I'm pretending to myself that I'm over it. Right. That's the biggest thing that we have to look at right now, Aquarius, is that in spite of like how we pretend that things are just okay, we're not okay with it. Right. That Seven of Swords, it would be easy. So let's take that Seven of Swords out of it. Right. It would be easy to say this is over. I have my own end of this because, again, that Two of Cups and Nine of Pentacles represents a long-term investment in an intimate, more deeply invested dynamic between you and another. It would be easy to say, man, this can't work. I'm not going to do it. And then that Seven of Swords came out. And that's why I was kind of concerned earlier. Like, that is contradictory towards everything over here. No. The thing we have to understand at the deepest level is that denying ourselves that emotionality, denying ourselves the truth of that space is actually just making us more miserable. The conclusion that we have here, no, it's not over because my heart has already told myself it's not over. I can pretend I'm cooler than it, bigger than it, moved on from it. And the reality is I haven't at all. And that's okay. That is okay. I know it's very hard to admit that sometimes, right? Because we feel like, oh, we're regressing, or why aren't we? No, it's there for a reason. And maybe if we sat with that reason, we can understand ourselves and the dynamic better. Okay, underneath it all, Eight of Cups, the notion of walking away. Why am I getting this? Oh, I'll hold on to that thought. I think I know where this is going. But I'll save that thought for later because I want to do the definitions first. It'll probably read the same exact answer. So yeah, let me come back to that. Define deeper for Aquarius, the major arcana strewn across the table before we get to resolution in their read. We first look towards, what was the first one that popped out? The Wheel of Fortune. What of the Wheel of Fortune located here in this read for Aquarius? What about things that will, we hope, inevitably change with time? What do we need to see, please? Define that Wheel of Fortune for Aquarius in their read today. To the Wheel of Fortune. The Wheel of Fortune, yeah. So if there wasn't a more opportune time than now, I wouldn't know what that is for you, Aquarius. Right now, we have the Wheel of Fortune defined by the Wheel of Fortune. If we're going to say that, hey, we're going to do it, then now's the right time. And all of my worries and everything rests aside when I actually try to say, this is what I'm trying to align with. Hey, universe, throw me a bone, help me out here. To the Emperor, Ace of Cups. My truth, my choice, emotional renewal between me and another. One specifically that I've been emotionally denying myself access to, but also we both mutually ghosted each other. Guess what? It's not something that I want that back, but I want us back with each other on a better terms. Chariot, card of Cancer. King of Wands, the ability to do right. And again, remember over here under synchronicity, that King of Wands to that Chariot now, meaning the right thing to do here is not the ghosting pattern. The right thing to do here is for us to talk to each other. If this person has reached out to me before and I ignored it, now maybe I should be the one who reaches out to them. Fool. What of the Fool? Seven of Swords. Okay. Here, and I'm seeing that as moving past and moving beyond it, because we're trying to make a differential choice here, Aquarius. That Fool defined by the Seven of Swords saying, hey, let's move beyond the BS. I'm not happy where things are. I don't know if you are, and we'll find that out eventually, but here's where I stand. Can we do better? To the Tower, the Fool. Okay. And so, almost like a breakthrough opening with that new beginning. Okay. Yeah. And so what will it take to actually go through? Because the only answer here is confirmation, Aquarius. Either it will or it won't. Right? There's never an even yes or no when it comes to some of these things. What I can say is the thing that we want for the most, we're seeing is so insurmountable. Well, then something is inevitably moving out so that newness is moving in. That's very obvious. It's happening right now. I think that was all of the major arcana. Let me do resolution, and then we're going to get back to the Eight of Cups, because I know I have this odd feeling about what that points towards. So let's look towards resolution for Aquarius in this read. What is held upon the space of resolution for Aquarius in this read? So, the resolution we hold, the Devil, card of Capricorn, and here, Aquarius, I'm interpreting that as, hey, we can continue this dynamic that's totally unfulfilling, but we're saying that we're right and we're cool with, or we could actually do something different. So that's what you're trying to challenge yourself with this entire dynamic here. In the World, the cycle's completion, the one above all, the cycle's completion, and therefore something new coming in. Underneath it all, the Hierophant, the card of Taurus. And so, what is our new calling? What is our new spiritual path? Why are we feeling so drawn to this? That Eight of Cups earlier, it really bothered me in the notion of, if this is particularly so let me paint a scenario, especially because we opened it up with that Ace of Cups, right? If this is a scenario where you're trying to basically a past intimate partner possibility connection where you're trying to say, hey, we're cool, right? When you still have feelings for them. And then we had to go through all of this just to say, yeah, I actually really like them and want them in a deeper capacity in my life, right? That kind of stuff. Then the Eight of Cups will indicate what are we walking away from, right? That Tower then, going back over here with the burden that you carry of a new beginning to get to this person, something that has to break apart. In which case, if you are involved in another partnership or another intimate thing, then you have to admit where you feel for said party and what you feel for this party that you're actively saying that you want but will not reach out to. So that's the first scenario. The second is the understanding that what I thought was once my calling or my only option of a spiritual path is actually what's holding me back the most, right? This notion that this thing can't change. No. It's because I don't want to deal with, let me rephrase that because I can be seen as offensive. My apologies. I hesitate to be vulnerable in a space where this is where our dynamic has been for the longest, that we've stonewalled each other, that we cut each other off, that we try to move around separate spaces, because I always look back and wish that things could have been different. Right. And so what I have to remember, the base level happiness, what is a true spiritual calling, not just what I try to convince myself of what I did and didn't see. No, what do I actually feel and how will I move with that? I can either listen to this and be miserable all over again, or I can say, it's time that we end this. Win, lose, or draw, I'm going to say what I got to say, and hopefully you're on board with it. That's why I got your read today, Aquarius. We went all over the place, but that makes sense. It makes a lot of sense. I want you to say, I deserve to be kind to myself. I deserve to put myself in a situation where I am fulfilled and honest at the same time. Sometimes it is that simple. All in all, that's why I see in your read today. I hope this conversation helped. And yeah, give yourself the space to be both kind and brave. That's all you gotta do. I'll see you around, okay? Take care.